Jester Tester, an honest review for you.
Hello everyone, Jester Tester is back with another review. This time we are reviewing the U-King high-powered tactical flashlight, and I'm excited about this one. It features a CREE XM-L2 LED, and it has 3 modes, and it's great for hiking, camping, or anywhere you need bright light. Alright, so let's get into it. Like I said, I'm excited about it, and I'll let you know why. First off, let's take a look at it. It comes in, this is the way it comes. It comes in a box. It's nicely packaged. Really quick, it does take a lithium-ion battery. It's a 18650 lithium-ion battery. They don't supply it, just so you know. So you have to have either one yourself, or you'll have to go out and get one. That's just the one negative about it. But at this price point, it's under $13. I think it's $12 and some odd cents. So for that price point, it's really not a bad deal. Most lights now, you probably have a 18650, and if you don't, they're not that expensive. So you'll have to have that, and you'll have to have your own charger to charge it up. But no big deal. Okay, so let's get into the light. All right, so this is the way it comes. And it's a really nice looking light. It's a great size. It's about 5.5 inches, and it's made out of anodized aircraft aluminum, and it has the U-King logo on the top, and it has a very wide head, and it's a bit of a negative for me, because I like to take these lights and put them in my pocket, and I'm not always wearing cargo pants or tactical pants where you have side pockets. So sometimes if you're wearing jeans, you want to also take your light with you, and this would not be too comfortable to put in your jean pocket. So I just wish that the head on this was just a little more streamlined. That would have been great. And being that it is wider, I wish it also would have come with a pocket clip on it, so you could have hooked it on to the outside of your pants. But I'm nitpicking about all that for $13. I mean, you know, whatever. All right, so it comes with your serrated tactical bezel on the top, which is nice, and it is sharp, I'll tell you that. And it comes with your anti-roll serrations and a knurled battery case. It's not very deep, so it is comfortable. Okay, and your end cap has a wide button. This does have 3 modes. It has your high, your low, and your strobe. All right, and it is with a half click to activate it, and it is sensitive. You don't have any problems with getting through it, which I like. And really quick, we have some of the lights that we test here, and believe me, we're not strangers to testing flashlights. This is basically in front of me right now. It's not even a quarter of the lights, and these are just the economical flashlights. These are not even the high-end flashlights that we have. So over the years, we have tested, even before I was with Jester Tester, I probably have tested maybe over 60 different flashlights. But anyway, the reason why I bring that up is, out of the economical flashlights, I rarely ever find anymore a flashlight that stands out from the crowd. They're so mass-produced now that most of the time flashlights are coming, they're basically the same. They look the same. It's the same casing all the time. The lumens are pretty much always the same. And real quick, talking about lumens, just so I can get this out of the way. This is advertised as an 800 lumen flashlight. We did put this on the meter. As with most other economical flashlights we test, usually the advertised rating of lumens doesn't match up to the lumens that we tested at. And that is the truth with this one also. This does come in at around 550 to 600 lumens variable, which, believe me, isn't bad. But it is advertised at 800, and it doesn't fall around that area. It's more around the 550, 600 variable, which is very good. Don't get me wrong. And we'll see why in a little bit. But going back to my point, with the economical lights, you don't really find anything that stands out from the crowd. With most of the cheaper flashlights, they're usually built like this. And if you look in there, you'll see the inside of the lens, there's a bubble lens. And the reason why they put that in there is so you're able to focus your flashlight in and out. And that gives you either your spotlight effect, or as you pull it back in, it gives you a wider spread of light. And that's great, but the real reason why most of the time the bubble lens is used is so it can be used as a magnifier to magnify the illumination of the LED, so it appears brighter than it is. But in most high-end flashlights, you don't have that. Like, this is the one high-end that I have on the table. This is a Streamlight Protac HL, and this is a $75 flashlight. And if you look on this flashlight, there is no bubble lens. It's just a very strong LED, and it has a very clear lens with a very bright reflector. And this does the same as a bubble lens, but you don't have to focus it out to get a spotlight and bring it back in for a wide throw. It has both of those capabilities in one. So when you turn this on, you're going to have your ambient light, your wide throw in front of you, and your spotlight further out downrange, so you're able to see further at the same time. And for tactical lights, you want that capability. With this U-King, this is the first time we've seen a light at that price doing the same exact thing as a more expensive light. It has the LED with a very bright reflective reflector and the clear lens. And this does throw, there is no focusing on this. It is the same as the Streamlight. It has a bright hot spot in the middle for a spotlight for a further downrange, and it has your wide throw of light to illuminate what's in front of you. And I know some people might be saying, well, he's not actually going to try and compare a $13 flashlight to a Streamlight Protac HL. And I am in one way. And like I said, I'm not ever going to say that this $13 flashlight is better than a Streamlight Protac HL. It could never compare to it. This is 750 lumens. This is IPX7, okay, and this is IPX4. All right, so this is water resistant to a splash. This can actually run underwater, okay, up to 3 feet underwater. This has a C4 LED. This is programmable. This has better electronics. So what's my point in saying all this? The illumination. You could never compare illumination of a $75 flashlight to a flashlight that was $13 a year ago. It would be impossible. That's like comparing a Ford Escort to a Lamborghini. It would just be silly to do it. But this is so advanced, this light, and so impressive that I actually am going to run them both together just to show you, just to give you a base of how impressive this little light is. Now, it's definitely not as bright as a Protac HL, but for $13, this runs a pretty close race, and I think you guys will agree with me. So what we're going to do is we're going to go outside, and we're going to go out in the dark. We're going to take two tests on this. We're going to do an up-close test and see how the lights compare within about a 30-foot range. And then we'll take a test comparison at a further range and see how these lights actually match up to one another. All right, so let's go do that now, guys. All right, everyone, we're outside. And again, I picked a really dark spot outside. There's hardly any light in this spot. And what I want to show first is the Streamlight Protac HL. And let's take a look at the light from that flashlight. And you can see how strong the Protac HL is. You have a great hot spot hitting the back of that fence. That fence is about 25, 30 feet
away from where I am. And you can see the spread of the ambient light is also very strong. So again, this is the Protac, the Streamlight Protac HL. Now I want to switch to the U-King, and I want to show you, I'm going to put on the U-King now, and you can see that the light from the U-King, although you can see a difference, of course the Protac HL is a little bit stronger for a much cheaper flashlight. This U-King does a fairly good job at giving this Streamlight a run for its money. I mean, you could see the hot spot on the fence and the ambient light around it. It's just very impressive. I have to say, for the money that this is sold at, we're talking. I think the Protac is a $70 flashlight, $75. And we're talking a $13 flashlight in the U-King. And you could see how strong the U-King is. I mean, it's very impressive. Let me just go back to the Protac again so you can see. There's the Protac HL, okay? And again, you can see that the Protac HL is definitely a little stronger, no question about it. But we knew it would be. But I just want to show you the difference in a $75 flashlight to a $13 flashlight. I'm going to go to the U-King now. And there it is. I mean, it's fairly close. It's pretty impressive. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch up a little bit and actually take the light at a further distance than this. So the next area we're going to will be a parking lot that we'll try and get some light going at about 150, 200 feet away. So let's take a look at that now. All right, guys, we're outside. We're taking it in a parking lot now of a pretty large building. So let's take a look at the Protac HL, the Streamlight Protac HL, and how it does on an entire parking lot and building. That's it. That's the Protac HL. And you can see how much of the building and parking lot that lights up. So that's pretty impressive for the Protac HL. Okay. Which we knew it would be. But let's take a look at the U-King now and see how that compares with the Streamlight. As you can see, it gives it a pretty good run for its money. It's definitely bright, and you're getting pretty good light out of it. You definitely can light up the entire building. Let me shut it off. That's what it looks like shut off. And I'll put it back on. You can see how much light that comes out of this. It's very impressive for a $13 flashlight, I definitely have to say. Let me switch back to the Protac, the Streamlight Protac HL, and definitely, of course, the Protac is brighter. There's no doubt about it, but we knew that it would be. But I just want to show that for a $13 flashlight, if you don't want to spend $75, and here's the U-King, you definitely can get yourself a pretty good comparable flashlight that does a really good job. So there it is, guys. Let's take it back into the review room. All right, guys, so we're back in the review room, and I think you can agree that was a pretty impressive display of illumination from a little $13 flashlight. We are actually very impressed by it. Now, as far as durability and reliability, we haven't had this light long enough to gauge that. So if anything ever came up where we had any problems or anything like that, we would definitely update the review and let everybody know about that. But we have run this for quite a while now. We haven't had any kind of issues, any kind of flickering problems or anything like that. It seems
solid state. So again, like we said, for under $13, this is a good one, guys. So we hope this review helped. And please, if you get a chance, like us on Facebook, swing over there, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a lot of other reviews you could take a look at, and we really greatly appreciate if you did that for us. All right, guys, so until the next review, Jester Tester saying be well, guys, and happy shopping. Take care now.